Welcome to the Your Home Sold Guaranteed radio show, where you get advice you can trust from the Capital Region's leading experts in real estate and all related fields. From the latest real estate trends to the best mortgage rates, from curb appeal to home warranty, this is the talk show that will help you save and make the most when it comes to buying or selling your most valuable asset. Now, here's your host, broker and founder of Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty, The Property Shop, John Bevilacqua.
Good morning. Good morning. Fast and Furious, babe. What's it? No, it's not raining yet.
Good. Yeah.
Not yet, but it's coming.
I know.
It's coming up the coast. We're getting some hurricane effects from there, right? Well, you're the weather guy, John. You're always telling the weather.
Yeah, but I didn't look outside to see if it started yet, so I don't know.
Yeah. You're in the dark, deep dungeons of the studio.
Yeah, we have no window here.
There's no windows, man. There's no windows. But you can't miss this guy right here. We got Vernard Mathis in the studio today.
All right.
I mean, do you not love that name, Vernard Mathis?
It's great.
It's a great name. Like, you either have to have a Christmas album or you have a Christmas album, you're the point guard for the Bulls, or you own an insurance agency with that name, right? And that's what Vernard does. He owns an insurance agency.
Yeah. Too bad it's not all the above.
What's that?
Too bad it's not all the above.
Too bad if you had the Christmas album here, baby, you wouldn't even be here.
Yeah.
So exactly. So Johnny G, we got Vernard Mathis in the studio today. Got a good show coming up. So Vernard is going to new guest, hoping to have him on more often. And Vernard is actually going to help us talk about this ever-changing insurance landscape that's going on right now, pre-COVID, post-COVID. And we're going to talk about the benefits of using a seasoned, experienced insurance agent to make sure that you have the right coverage on your home, right? Because it's a real estate show, and that's all we talk about is real estate. So we're going to talk about insurance relative to real estate today. We got Vernard Mathis. Before we get into it, I want to take a quick break. Going to hear from our sponsors. We're going to come back, and we're going to start talking about insurance and real estate right on the Your Home Sold Guaranteed Radio Real Estate Talk Show.
To schedule an appointment with John Bevilacqua to help you buy or sell your home, call 518-957-SOLD or go to johnnyhasthebuyers.com. John will be right back with more of the Your Home Sold Guaranteed radio show here on Magic 100.5 and AM 590.
Hey, it's John Tesh. If you're thinking of selling your home, let me take the stress out of deciding which agent to hire. In the Capital Region, the agent I recommend is John Bevilacqua, founder of Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty at The Property Shop. So for 2 decades, John has helped more than 2,500 families buy and sell the place they call home. That's a solid track record, one that's backed up by dozens of 5-star reviews. Hello. In fact, John is so confident in his marketing system to attract the right buyer for your home that he guarantees to sell it at a price and deadline you agreed to, or he's going to buy it himself for cash. And he provides that guarantee in writing. The agent I trust is John Bevilacqua, and he's the agent you should trust too. His name is his promise. Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. So write this number down. It's 518-957-SOLD. That's easy. 518-957-7653. Or go to johnnyhasthebuyers.com. I love that one. johnnyhasthebuyers.com, and you'll get your home sold guaranteed.
Buying or selling the place you call home can be stressful. When you have questions, you don't want to wait for answers. Well, for 20 years, Kim Salerno and her team at Salerno Law have built a solid reputation with buyers, sellers, and real estate agents as fast, respectful communicators. They know Salerno Law will protect their rights and respond quickly when a question arises. Trust Salerno Law. Call 518-309-3404 and check out their 5-star reviews at SalernoLawNY.com.
Finding the right mortgage can be stressful. What's really the best rate? Which term makes sense? Hi, I'm Ben Forcucci at Freedom One Funding in Latham. We work with 10 different lenders who provide 100 different mortgage products. I'll listen to what your needs are, and then I'll do the work to find the right option for your particular situation. We have special expertise in helping first-time home buyers. So eliminate the stress and call me today at 542-LOAN. I'm Ben Forcucci from Freedom One Funding, and I'll do the shopping for you. Call 542-LOAN.
If you're buying or selling your home and would like to schedule an appointment with John, call 518-957-SOLD or go to johnnyhasthebuyers.com. Now back to the Your Home Sold Guaranteed radio show and your host, John Bevilacqua.
All right, guys, we're back. Just just chewing the fat with my man Johnny
talking
G,
about being homeowners and what it's like,
furnaces
and,
breaking and things happening, and that's where Vernard
insurance
comes into place.
Yeah,
I literally is driving on the Northway coming up here, and boom, I get hit by a stone and my windshield cracks.
Ooh,
right?
Man.
I'm thinking, man, I'm glad I got insurance.
Oh, that's happened to me too.
Yeah. So that's how quick things can change.
Yep.
Hey, listen, I want to give you guys. Always telling why I got up. Actually, I got up at 5 a.m. this morning because my daughter had a softball tournament, so she was out the door early at 6. So, but I mean, I was getting up anyway because this is what I do Saturday mornings. I'm here for the audience, right? The mission of the show is to get up early, bring you guys the most up-to-date real estate information, tips, tricks, market conditions, basically anything I can help you guys be successful on buying or selling the place you call home. That's what the show is all about. I've been doing this for 20 years. I'm not bragging. I'm just telling you, hey, look, I'm applying for the job of selling your home. So this is a call-in show, guys. We would love, we did the show promo video, me and Vernard, asking you guys to get your questions ready, get the notebooks out. You got a free half hour to pick Vernard's brain on anything insurance. So if you want to call in, 476-5900, 476-5900. We got Vernard Mathis from V Mathis Insurance Agency on the show today. So Vernard, tell us how you got started. Like, we didn't really get into this a whole lot, but how did you get in the insurance business?
No, first of all, thank you for having me.
Oh, of course,
on Saturday morning.
Yeah, man. Glad to have you.
It's weird. I started my professional career with varied experience, varied types of industries I worked in, mostly on the retail management side, and then eventually into sales because I like the pay for performance type of thing. But I was approached by a friend of mine's father and to get into insurance in 2009, and I've been into it ever since, and it's been the most rewarding thing I've done professionally, and that's not to take away from my college career, but getting that insurance license was something that I deeply, very grateful that I was able to do and pursue my dream, and now I'm able to own my own agency and operate, and then also provide professional options for other individuals.
Okay. Yeah. So you're pretty, your firm is, I would say, boutique, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Why is that important to you to and those are the type of people I like to have on the show, boutique, smaller firms, local stuff. Tell me why that's important.
Just being a lifelong resident of the area it's important to have someone that, whether you're just stopping into a store or, some type of recreational event that you're hanging out, you can just ask a question. You're not looking to call an 800 number to ask something in a very informal setting. And so I think that's what kind of got it to me. And also my experience on the corporate side of insurance, where I got a lot of my training, it kind of helped me prepare myself, and I decided that was going to be the option that would be most beneficial to me to service policyholders, and then just be a resource too. It's not always sometimes about writing the policy for someone; it's just being that trusted resource and book of knowledge, if you will, for the industry.
Right. So now you're boutique. You're an efficient company, right? And you're also your independence really is what kind of makes you stand out, right? So tell us more about how that helps people when making the right choice for insurance.
Yeah, I mean, as you probably can see in your everyday life, no insurance policy or needs for coverage are going to be uniform. Mm-hmm. We have different areas, different risk factors, and different people themselves who come in to get insurance. They have different reasons why they're coming in, and also different insurance histories that may affect that. Mm-hmm. So our goal is a boutique and a full service shop is to be able to properly sufficiently assist everyone in all those areas, and then also to partner with carriers who provide those different options for those carriers, like a house that may be considered something like a row house and a little bit older build compared to a newer development that's, you got a lot of space and land, not that same level of connectivity to it.
Right.
You're going to have different insurance options for it because there's a different level of risk factors to it and risk appetites from an insurance carrier standpoint. So that's where we come in. And we try to do this from start to finish, from when the moment, whether you were referred to us, we reached out to you from a quoting standpoint to go through these steps, piece by piece, giving you a layout, what it'll look like if we're successful in earning your business. And that's what we try to get our agents and our service staff to be able to understand and do. And that's why that's important that I went that route, because I saw that having those multiple options is something important, especially in an area such, with such diversity like New York itself, but even just the Capital District alone.
Yeah. Well, listen, guys, we're on with Vernard Mathis on the Your Home Sold Guaranteed Radio and Real Estate Talk Show. 476-5900 if you got some questions and you're just tuning in. Vernard's here to talk about insurance relative to real estate. So, Vernard, I'm a new customer. I called you up. How do people get a hold of you? What's the number?
Our number is going to be 518-621-7766. That's 518-621-7766. Give us a call anytime. We'll be there to answer and chat with you.
So I call you up. So walk me through. I need insurance for my home. I'm just buying a house. Like, what's the steps?
Sure. So like I said, pretty straightforward. Like I said, obviously we want to get to know you, how you heard about us, because we also like to send our gratitude to people that refer us, because a lot of our business is referral based. We really want to get an understanding of what's important to you, what are you looking for, and then from there piece that with what's important from an insurance standpoint. Because a lot of times the one thing that we kind of hear is based off of price, and that can be sometimes a little bit more of a complicated conversation, because obviously you want to make sure you're getting the most cost-effective price, but we also want to make sure you're getting the most comprehensive of coverages.
Okay.
So we go through all the details of your transaction that you're having, the house itself, your insurance background, what led you to this, what are you looking to get, and then from there we provide we have a template that we like to use in terms of what's the most efficient coverage based off a type of property. In this case, property, the type of property it is, and the assessment values. The carriers also too are great with providing resources of what they determine will be the what we know as like a replacement cost for the property.
Right.
Because you don't want a shortfall and say, hey, I think it's only worth X amount, but they're determined that they're going to cover it for Y amount, because they're factoring in different things like the removal, if it's a total loss, debris removal, the labor cost, and then also the inflating factors of materials and everything like that we all seem to face with all our everyday structure. So that's the first part we do. From there, we determine the most relative options for you, present them to you, obviously get your feedback on what you think, answer any questions in regard to that and how each piece of that works, and then proceed forward with issuing and binding, and then forming a follow-up to not only do a welcome to the carrier and ourselves, but also the service expectations that you'll have going forward.
Gotcha. John, when you got insurance for your house, did anybody walk you through it that detailed?
No, but it's been a long time.
Right.
It was a long time ago.
But even in general, your auto and other policies, I mean, your agent's probably not going through the detail this guy's doing, right?
No. We have to kind of.
This guy's like the Teflon
we
Don
have to
right
go
here
to him
insurance.
a little bit every now and then.
What's up?
Hey, buddy, call me back.
Yeah.
You said you were going to call. You call me back.
Yeah.
That's the
customer service.
That drives me nuts. I mean, he does eventually, but come on.
Yeah.
The ever burning line that we hear, in the industry is, "Hey, you haven't called me back yet." That's
and I don't want an email. I want a phone call.
Yes,
that's right.
Yeah.
Nobody wants emails anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, listen. I know we talked about this. There's a lot of changes going on in the insurance business. I mean,
yes,
pre-pandemic, post-pandemic. Give me just a quick summary, because we're gonna take a break here in the next minute or so. Quick summary. We're gonna talk about this in the second half and really get into it and dig into how this is relative to home insurance. But talk about change.
Yes, so I'm sure a lot of people have viewed that, but what it is you're seeing some very, very significant increases in terms of cost of insurance premiums.
Yeah, my premium just went up 10% on one of my bills.
Yeah, and you're seeing something in the range of usually the double-digit factors, and this is really something that's a causation of some expectations that didn't occur over the last 3 years, and also too maybe some catch-up from even prior to that, to making sure that, and long or short of it, we need to have the proper funds available to, if a large number of people with one carrier have a claim, we can't say, we don't have enough. We can't say our carriers don't have enough money to pay for it. That's not a viable option. So different measures, sometimes tough decisions have to be made to keep everything flowing in a very stream-like manner,
systematic way. Yeah.
Yes, and that's the tough part, because that conversation is. I probably can tell you, my service staff and my agents and myself have this conversation with people on a regular basis now, really having to understand it, because they're they don't see these things. We see it probably with almost every transaction, especially when we're talking some of our current policyholders who have never had claims and just been great customers to us, pay all on time, everything, all those different discounts that apply, and they're still seeing these aggressive rate changes and having to explain to them, because a lot of times too, even being that we're independent, we have different options, we may look further into it to see if there's someone else a little more competitive with the same comprehensive coverages, and it's not there.
Yeah. Well, listen, we're going to talk about what's called a hard market when we come back relative to insurance. You guys stay tuned. Your Home Sold Guaranteed Radio Real Estate Talk Show. We're on with Vernard Mathis from V Mathis Insurance. After the break, going to be talking more. Talk to you guys in a little bit. Stay tuned.
To schedule an appointment with John Bevilacqua to help you buy or sell your home, call 518-957-SOLD or go to johnnyhasthebuyers.com. John will be right back with more of the Your Home Sold Guaranteed Radio Show here on Magic 100.5 and AM 590.
Hi, I'm Matthew Stonecipher, owner of Ace Home Inspections. Whether you're buying or selling a home, let your agent know that you want to work with Ace Home Inspections because you insist on the best home inspection services in the capital region. You can also expect a home warranty, pest inspection, and mold assessment included at no additional cost. You deserve better than just a guy in a truck with a notepad. At Ace Home Inspections, we are fully staffed and here for you when you call 518-727-7091 or visit us online at acehomeny.com.
Finding the right mortgage can be stressful. What's really the best rate? Which term makes sense? Hi, I'm Ben Forcucci at Freedom Wont Funding in Latham. We work with 10 different lenders who provide 100 different mortgage products. I'll listen to what your needs are, and then I'll do the work to find the right option for your particular situation. We have special expertise in helping first-time home buyers. So eliminate the stress and call me today at 542-LOAN. I'm Ben Forcucci from Freedom Wont Funding, and I'll do the shopping for you. Call 542-LOAN.
If you're buying or selling your home and would like to schedule an appointment with John, call 518-957-SOLD or go to johnnyhasthebuyers.com. Now back to the Your Home Sold Guaranteed Radio Show and your host, John Bevilacqua.
Oh, all right, guys, we are back, and we're sitting here with the authority on everything insurance, the Vernard Mathis, owner of the V Mathis Insurance Agency. Welcome back, Vernard.
Thank you once again. Thanks for having me.
You got it, buddy. We're going to dive in right now and talk about the importance of having the right insurance agent on your side when it comes to buying a home. Not only for the selection of the correct policy, right? That's really important.
Oh, correct. Absolutely.
Making sure people are picking the right policy,
absolutely,
matching to that. But more important, someone that's not going to hide under their desk when a tree falls on your house. Right, somebody's gonna stick by your side, and make sure. Oh my God,
that's good to know.
It's like chaos just happened, and my insurance agent's there for me. He's not telling me he's gonna call me back. He's on the phone with me. He's making sure that my claim's getting processed, that I'm gonna get the money in a fast, efficient way, so I'm not holed up in a hotel for 9 months while the roof's getting built.
It's a question for Bernard. When something like that happens,
yep,
like a tree crashes on your house, Bernard, should you be one of the first people the homeowner should call?
No, that's actually a great question, and there's no right or wrong answer to that. We like to be the first notification
because you're worried about. It's like, oh my God, if it rains now, I'm going to have unless somebody comes and helps and puts a tarp on or does something, I'm in trouble.
Yeah, and
so you can help, right?
And one of the things that I like to highlight is our carriers offer the great support portion of that with the claim side, because there's a realization too that some of the most inopportune things happen at hours that I may not be available.
Sadly, in the middle of the night, and
and you need to be able to get a hold of someone. And I mean, some of the worst things typically happen they don't happen between 9 and 5 when we're in the office to get a call.
No.
So
just talking with you would make me feel better. I said, okay, my insurance guy knows he's on the case.
Yes, and that's really the biggest piece. Some of the more pressing things, we at least want to be in the know to kind of see what's happening next, and we've had to do that. And is it a perfect system? No, there are some things that happen, especially if it's something that's catastrophic that affects multiple people, and and you've got adjusters, contractors, and everything, where they're all kind of being pulled in different ways, and there's it's a supply and demand thing at that point. Mm-hmm. But in terms of contact and just having that correspondence back and forth, that's where we really like to come in and take advantage of that. That's one thing we really kind of portray to the agents, because they're the ones who build a relationship with their customers, like I have with my policyholders. My agents are the same. We want them to, and so that way it's not all falling on one person. It's not all just going to one central voicemail and never gets responded to, or gets responded to by the service representative.
Yeah.
It's that back and forth between the agent and the policy holder.
Yeah, I think that's very important. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Great question, John. Great question.
Yes, thank you, John.
Now with regards to this hard market, like, tell us a little bit more about how this is affecting policy premiums and even customer service. I mean, does that play into the definition of what is a hard market? Give us a little more detail.
Yeah, and so it's a term that's been used as we speak with our representatives in terms of what they're facing to stay at a very profitable range. Mm-hmm. And you're typically looking at from an insurance agency standpoint, we have requirements. We need to sell policies for the carriers we work with. That's the thing. But we need to sell the right policies. And in a review of a lot of times some of the books, they're looking for different ways to increase that profitability, not just the growth standpoint, because with that comes, like you and I talked the other day, for a quick example, I write you $1,000 a year policy. 2 months in, you have a $20,000 loss, but you've only paid 2 months worth of premium. That premium counts towards, or that only premium earned counts towards that loss in terms of a loss ratio standpoint. Mm-hmm. So now you're in a big negative starting off 2 months into the policy.
Right.
And that's where that calculation is what really causes the determination of what they're looking for from a risk appetite standpoint. So you're starting to see things not just from an increased cost perspective, but you're also seeing things that where certain portions of they want us to do a lot more field underwriting in terms of what really is going to be beneficial to put with each specific carrier. So you really got to take the time, do the field underwriting, have these more in detail conversations, because things are becoming more automated. So you got to really form that better relationship with your underwriter and service team, for not just with us, but with our insurance carriers.
Right.
Because they're at the end of the day, if something happens, it's not the money coming from our agency to pay for it. It's from that particular carrier we have you placed with. So we need to make sure that we're doing right by them, to make sure that we're putting the right pieces of business with them for both parties, the policyholder and the insurance carrier.
Speaking of carriers, I feel like just a quick reset, guys. We're on the Your Home Sold Guaranteed Radio Real Estate Talk Show. We got Vernard Mathis from V Mathis Insurance. We're talking real estate insurance policies here, tricks, tips, everything to get a great deal on insurance. Give us a call if you got a question for Vernard. Johnny just gave him a great question. 476-5900, 476-5900. Give us a call in the studio. Carriers, it can get confusing, right? It's overwhelming. You turn on the TV and like commercial, it's insurance, right? It's you got switch and save. We're gonna bundle auto home.
Oh yeah.
Avoid mayhem. You got emus running around in yellow cars. Like it can be crazy to think like, what is your choice?
All the big companies are out there, and they all. I don't know. I always keep saying, "Oh my gosh!" It all sounds like they're advertising the exact same thing, only in a different way.
Only in a different way. So, how do you cut through the noise for people?
Yeah.
What's the strategy here to make sure they're getting the right policy?
Yeah, and that's where, like you mentioned before, the small local boutique type of setup becomes very beneficial, because once again, I'm a lifelong resident of the Capital Region. I've been here raised.
Do you have an emu in your car?
I tried.
Along with all the others, right?
I've tried. Like I said, I don't think people want too much sensory overload of me. I think they'd get tired of it real quick. So good thing I haven't really invested that piece of it. I think it's really where you differentiate yourself is a lot of those don't come with the backside explanations, kind of like we're doing here. You don't get that same conversation. You see the switch and save, but you have to also read the fine print of that's based off of an average. That's based off of some people on the higher end of the savings point and some people on the way lower end, and then you got a middle, and that's the number that kind of gets put out to
the
you.
sweet spot.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's where you don't get that explanation, but also too, what levels of coverage are you putting in? People say, the right coverage is tailored to you. tailored to you. But is it? Those are all state specific. These commercials are nationally based, so you have to really look at what's state specific for New York. What areas do you need to increase and take your insurance liability coverage to a different level, and to make sure that you're being covered properly. You don't have any shortfalls,
right?
Not necessarily saying, oh, we give you just for what you need. There's especially in New York State, a lot of the items. Most of it you do need.
Okay. All right. So we have a phone call.
Okay.
It's George.
It's George. George
he says it's quick. No, we can take him after the break if you want.
Let's take him after the break. Let's hear from our sponsors. We'll come back. We'll hear back from George again. This guy George likes calling in. So we'll take a quick break, and after that, we'll take one more call, and we'll wrap it up.
Nice.
To schedule an appointment with John Bevilacqua to help you buy or sell your home, call 518-957-SOLD or go to johnnyhasthebuyers.com. John will be right back with more of the Your Home Sold Guaranteed radio show here on Magic 100.5 and AM 590.
Hi, I'm Mathis, owner of Ace Home Inspections. Whether you're buying or selling a home, let your agent know that you want to work with Ace Home Inspections because you insist on the best home inspection services in the capital region. You can also expect a home warranty, pest inspection, and mold assessment included at no additional cost. You deserve better than just a guy in a truck with a notepad. At Ace Home Inspections, we are fully staffed and here for you when you call 518-727-7091 or visit us online at acehomeny.com.
Finding the right mortgage can be stressful. What's really the best rate? Which term makes sense? Hi, I'm Ben Forcucci at Freedom Wont Funding in Latham. We work with 10 different lenders who provide 100 different mortgage products. I'll listen to what your needs are, and then I'll do the work to find the right option for your particular situation. We have special expertise in helping first-time home buyers. So eliminate the stress and call me today at 542-LOAN. I'm Ben Forcucci from Freedom Wont Funding, and I'll do the shopping for you. Call 542-LOAN.
Buying or selling the place you call home can be stressful. When you have questions, you don't want to wait for answers. Well, for 20 years, Kim Salerno and her team at Salerno Law have built a solid reputation with buyers, sellers, and real estate agents as fast, respectful communicators. They know Salerno Law will protect their rights and respond quickly when a question arises. Trust Salerno Law. Call 518-309-3404 and check out their 5-star reviews at salernolawny.com.
If you're buying or selling your home and would like to schedule an appointment with John, call 518-957-SOLD or go to johnnyhasthebuyers.com. Now back to the Your Home Sold Guaranteed radio show and your host, John Bevilacqua.
All right, guys, we're back. We got time for one quick call. I think Johnny said we got a caller on the line, and we're going to answer his question. We're going to wrap it up.
Yeah. Hello, George. How you doing? You're on the air, buddy.
Good. How you doing? Quick question. I'm shopping for insurance, and I wanted to see if there was a possibility that they have a home warranty program that can be combined with the insurance. Thank you.
It's actually a good question. There's not so much a home warranty, but there are different components and endorsements that'll cover some of the appliances and pieces that are like within certain age range and working condition. So we usually do try to do those for some of the equipment and appliances on the house, but not necessarily like a home warranty. There are things like guaranteed replacement cost. So in terms of like if you have a total loss on the property itself, we try to look to work towards that. So this way we kind of protect any shortfall if you have like a loss and there's not enough coverage on the home to rebuild or provide the funds to pay for it.
Yeah, and that ties into our VIP buyer and our VIP seller program. So whether you're buying or selling with us, you get a home warranty included in the sale. So if they combine that with Vernard's expertise on choosing the right policy, you're never going to have coverage issues. Right. No shortfalls. That's what we look to avoid by all cost. Hey, guys, listen. So if you're either looking to trade up or trade down on a house or looking for the right investment, looking to get an instant cash offer on your home, or just want to get your home sold in your price and your time frame, you got to reach out to us. 957-SOLD. That's 957-7653. Don't forget to ask about our VIP home under service and our investor newsletter called In-House, where we offer strategies on how to invest in real estate, featured investment properties. You do investment properties too, right? Oh, yes, we do. Awesome. And we actually have a home sellers seminar coming up in October. We're just finishing securing the venue. You guys are going to hear it. It's going to be all over both channels. 95.5 and 100.5. So we want to thank Vernard Mathis for coming on the show today, the founder and the owner of V. Mathis Insurance Agency. Vernard, tell them how they can get in contact with you quick before we wrap up.
Once again, thank you guys for having me. Great Saturday morning. We can be reached at 518-621-7766.
Awesome. And you guys are not going to want to miss next week's show. We're going to have our resident home inspector, Matt Stonecipher from ACE. Wrapping up. See you guys.
The Your Home Sold Guaranteed radio show is presented by Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty, the property shop. Join broker and founder John Bevilacqua every Saturday morning at 8:30 to hear about the latest real estate trends here in the capital region, where to find the best mortgage rates, home insurance, home warranties, and more. To speak to John about buying or selling your home, call now to schedule an appointment. 518-957-SOLD. That's 518-957-7653. Or go to JohnnyHasTheBuyers.com. That's JohnnyHasTheBuyers.com.